Well, boss, one final group game to go and still, and with a chance of qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about the other night, getting the late goal and winning in penalties, it means that if we get a win, we've still a chance of qualifying. I know there's a few permutations. If Clyde win, we've got to make sure and win by, I think it's 3 more goals than them. But if Morton win and we win, it's a simple equation of we'll go through. There's also the outside chance, with getting 8 points, second in the group, possibly could be one of the better 4, but that's the probably least likely. So we've got an opportunity, in our minds, we're sitting on 8 points. We've had basically 3 wins, all right, one with penalties, and for preparing for the season, that's how we've looked upon it. If it turns around tomorrow, that we get the result and don't qualify, I mean, the players have done everything on the pitch. We just have to accept that and move on. But I think it would give us, in terms of results on the pitch, another win would set us up nicely for the start of the league campaign.
Yeah, as you say, the last chance to play before the league campaign. Been pleased with what you've seen so far on the
Yeah, I'm still bits of work to do. We know that we're not the finished article. We've still other players to come in. We look confident in the ball. The stuff we work on in training. You can see that the tempo that we're playing at, the fitness levels are very, very good. We've just probably lacked that killer instinct, and at times lacked a wee bit of concentration. That's why we've, the other night's goal, even though it's a great finish, is soft from our point of view in terms of the build-up. So it's we're not getting carried away, but we're quietly pleased with where we are at the moment.
It's obviously the same for both teams, but how much is the heat played a factor in both games, the Clyde and the Morton one?
Well, I think the difference was Morton was at night, and I think that allowed us to play for 90 minutes and keep that tempo up. You could argue that the game against Clyde and the heat that we came off it a little bit in the second half. I mean, even we're out there this morning. We've had to maybe knock 15 minutes off the session just to make sure. We don't want to leave stuff on the pitch or stuff on the training pitch and leave their legs in the training pitch. So it is difficult, but I always say it's the same for both teams. It's rare for us to have such a hot spell of weather for a period of time. I suppose generally we have to enjoy that, but it does make it difficult. And I mean the heat that obviously comes off a plastic pitch is probably a bit more than a grass pitch, but it's something that we're fully aware of in terms of preparation, in terms of what they do between now and tomorrow, the kick-off time. We don't want them out in the sun. We don't want them out lying in their back garden sunbathing. They have to get plenty of fluids in it, and they're a good bunch, and they know they're professional. And we've got to make sure that we play at our tempo, and if it means we've got to make changes earlier to freshen it up and get fresh legs on, we can do that, because we've got a good squad and a good strong subs bench.
How's Rory looking after the other night?
Probably better than what we expected. It's looking like a grade 1, which is normally 7 to 10, 14 days, but normally in around the 10 day. And Rory's a really good pro. He'll make sure he's back as quickly as possible, but obviously with muscle injuries and particularly hamstring injuries, I'm always one for erring on the side of caution, because if you say, we can rush him back in 10 days or 7 days, and what's the negative to that? The negative is, he might be out for 6 weeks. So you just go with how the player's feeling, and obviously the medical team will keep me advised, but we won't take any chances with him. But fingers crossed, it's probably looking at 10 days.
And obviously another home clash gives us the chance to play in front of the supporters again, some more fans who will maybe be coming for the first time and seeing this team again tomorrow. It gave us a boost the other night.
They did. I say before the game I could hear them. I was in my office, and throughout the game, you know, they get right behind the team, and the players appreciate that. And it's important that they do stay behind the team. Even, you know, I think particularly at home this season, we're going to come up against a lot of teams that'll sit in deep against us. All right, there'll be teams that'll fancy their chances and want to come and play and match us up a little bit. But I think, you know, 50% of the teams at least will come and want to sit in here and think they can play in the counter attack. And that's where, you know, maybe if a misplaced pass and we're building all the pressure and we're not getting the goal, it's important that the fans, you know, probably have a wee bit of understanding, which I'm sure they do, and stay right behind the team. Like there was no moans or groans when, you know, we were 1-0 down and things just weren't happening for us the other night. They stayed behind the team, and I know as a player that means, you know, so much. It meant so much to me, and it means so much to the, you know, to the team as well.